Hello everyone, my name is Layla and I am a cash budgeter here on YouTube. So today I want to share with you guys my June budget and what it's looking like so far. I am currently trying to pay off debt and as well save up for a place, but right now we're just starting with what we've got and working with what we've got. And so yeah, so if you're kind of in the same journey, let me know. I currently had to move back to my family's house just because life happened. A lot of messed up stuff happened. So I'm fortunate enough to be back at my parents' house, which is amazing. And I am now able to save money, and kind of, allocate my funds and kind of, while I'm here, basically just take advantage of saving my money. That's how I'm kind of doing things. I'm just being very nervous right now because it's been so long since I've actually recorded any type of content. Usually I do like my business content, but today I kind of was like, you know what? I need to get back to my cash, my budgeting cash envelope. Let me see. I feel like this camera is kind of crooked. A little bit crooked if it is. I am so sorry because I'm really trying to make this happen. And I told myself today that I have to record, edit, and then publish it on, was tomorrow's date, the 16th of June, because I really want to get this rolling and stuff like that. And so this is where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna get paid $3,333 and I pay rent to my parents of $1,200. So this paycheck, I'm gonna be giving them half of it, which is $600. And then what I have next is my cell phone, and I also have subscriptions and dental for my daughter. She actually, this is for her braces. She has partial braces on right now, so that's something that I'm paying out of pocket. And for me, luckily, like the orthodontist, amazing, allows me to make monthly payments rather than just upfront cost. So it's been like that. Love it. So this is just half of the partial. This is just half of the payment. So I will do the next payment when I get paid on my next check. So this is $81.60 and her total is usually about $163.20, somewhere around there. So yeah. My biggest thing that I need to get rid of is my debts. So I should probably highlight this one because it's my pain. When I was going through divorce and stuff like that, I pretty much opened up a bunch of credit cards, which I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's because I was left in a situation where I was left with almost nothing. So I decided to open up a couple of credit cards and just to help me get by until I got myself situated. And, it was a pretty messed up situation. So with that being said, I'm not, it wasn't my proudest moments. It was horrible, but it is what it is. And I also had a personal loan already going into this, so, and a credit line. These are things literally, I think I was spiraling so much that I was just thinking of like, oh, I was on survival mode. And even though like I'm at my parents' house, I still was like, oh my God, I don't want them to look at me like I'm falling apart financially. So messed up, did that. Probably not that wasn't a great idea, but it is what it is. So yeah, and I'm currently looking for a new job and just want to kind of do all this. I did have a baby 2 years ago, so she's 2 now, which is fantastic. I love it because she was a surprise pregnancy. I wasn't really expecting a baby, but it happened. Life happens. Love her, amazing. So I have 4 kids and luckily enough, my parents have the room, so that's good. And I do give them $1,200 a month, which is, I think, amazingly easy for me. But at the same time, I kind of want to save more money. So that's why I'm kind of breaking things down into pieces. And so, yeah, so this June, this is how much we're going to be doing. This is what how we're going to be allocating money and stuff like that. So I have all this already done. So this is all going to stay in the bank account. I'm not going to be taking out any of these. And then these are going to be paid off just because these are minimum payments. But what I'm doing is I'm taking savings and I'm doing a bit of an avalanche. I have a couple of savings challenges that I'm doing right now that are going to help me avalanche so I can pay at least. My goal is to pay 2 cards at least right now. One big amount and one small amount, or maybe 2 small amounts. I think I should do 2 small amounts because I feel like it'll be like such a nice like moment, I guess. But anyways, who cares? So I'm kind of trying to just navigate through this and it's kind of a mess. Good thing school's done. So groceries and all that stuff isn't going to be too much. Like I said, family house, so really don't have to worry about groceries like that. But I still get the kids whatever it is that they need, so that way they don't, you know, whatever they like, I kind of get it for them. Plus I do contribute to helping out with groceries in my family house, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. So right now what I've done is for my variable expenses, so it's 300, I set it at $350, which is easy for me. It's not bad. I do want to, that's why I need to bring in more income. I'm thinking of relaunching my store in Etsy again. I do have an Etsy store. I will link it down below if anybody wants to support the business. But I want to basically, I want to kind of allocate, I want to bring in more income, essentially. You know what I mean? This is a big number, but it's not that big of a number if you really think about it, because a lot of this stuff is going like these two areas, which is fine, but I really want to get rid of this number. This number right here, it needs to go. So I'm trying to get rid of this number, which is, if you guys can see, it is $934 that I'm paying in just that alone, the small payments. So that's kind of like where I'm standing with everything. Anywho, with that being said, so my variable expenses is about $350 that I'm looking at currently, which is okay. But, and like I said, summer vacation, whatever, there's plenty of food in the house. I'm not really worried about that. I think this is an okay number for now. So $650 is going into savings, and then $110 is going to sinking funds. This is kind of like, I have an envelope here. Oops, oopsie. So this is my Sparkle and Shine savings binder. So this one I put money in. So whatever money that I make, so from the 2026 to, these are just fun stuff that, and I also have these things that are fun for me and the kids. And I have this right here. This is my credit card debt. So this is, I want to grow this so that I can eventually take like the money out and just put it into whatever. So these are, so I do have a little tracker here. I currently have saved up about $100, so I'm going to be putting another $100, and then kind of just go through it like that. So I want to put as much $100 in here as I can possibly do. I think that's fair. And then so this adds up to $3,700. So as I reach 1,000, I will just, you know, take out that 1,000, put it towards my credit card, and then move on to the next one. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So once I reach this piggy, second piggy, I will take out the money and put it towards the debt, and then kind of just do the same thing. And then I kind of did bigger numbers right here, 250, 250. So that's like 500. I just wanted to, you know, I love doing savings challenges. They really just keep me accountable, and I just love how I get excited doing this. I actually owe myself. I took $60 from this budget since I have no money right now. So I'm going to be paying myself back from the grocery budget. So I'll take $60 from the grocery budget, because I really did not, I haven't been really in the budgeting world like that lately. I've been just dealing with a lot of mental health stuff, trying to get myself back into the mindset of saving. So yeah, and then I'm obviously started off for the kids back to school, because their school ends at the on the 26th of June, which is next week for us. I know, like I have a sister. My sister lives in the U.S., so her kids are already done school, but us, we have a bit more time to go. And I have this back to school, hopefully. I wonder how much is in here. I have this problem. Whenever I make saving challenges, I just get so excited that I completely forget to add the amount of what's in there. So this one is 60, 80, 120, 140, 180, 180, 280. I think it's 280. Okay, let me check my calculators a mess. My daughter loves putting her hands on there. So we got 60 here, plus 20, 40, 60, 80, plus 80, okay, plus 40, plus 100, plus 20, plus 60, plus another 60, plus 35. Plus 35. Oh, I was right, okay. Plus another 70. So $560 is what I'm aiming to save. before school starts, which I think I can do. I really think I can do this, so I'm gonna really aim to do this. I really want to, I always, even if I can get some amount in, like I always feel like I fall behind when it comes to back to school. But luckily enough, they have a lot of their stuff. I kind of am aiming to get new lunch boxes for them because I hate the ones that they have currently, and I'm aiming to get some. I think my daughter, like shoes are something that's always gonna happen, and also what is the other one? Shoes and all the other clothes, you know, boys. And I'm also trying to aim for outerwear as well, so that's another thing. But yeah, so this little envelope, this little binder is amazing. I just have so much fun with it. I just love looking at it because it's so holographically cute. So yeah, and it's keeping me accountable for that. So about I think some amount of money is I don't remember how much I'm gonna be putting in here, but it's gonna be from this savings right here, $6.50. And the best way to save is realistically cat savings challenges. And then I decided to start the 100 envelope challenge. I don't know if I have this in my store, my Etsy. I think I took it off, to be honest. So instead of having a big book, I just thought make myself a little tracker and whatever. Okay, I'll start to make myself a little tracker that goes right in here. I'm gonna probably make some little quotes that, oh my god, why is it so hard? Probably make some little quotes and just add some little decorations here so I can feel a little bit happy, and then kind of create a dashboard for it. I really didn't get around to it, but I should. I'm gonna do that. So I basically have this labeled like this, so 1 through 20, and then 21 through 40. 41 through 60, 61 through 80, 81 through 100, and then the coins. I know in Canada we get coins, so I thought I should add coins. You know, this is, I've actually used this before, but I haven't completed it, so this is the year that I'm like, you know what, even if I go into next year, then I'm fine. So this one is kind of for the long haul, so this is something that I've already budgeted for $100 to go in here as my first stuffing, so it's gonna be $100 for this one. And then we're gonna get to my last one, which is this one. This is my just savings. Like I have the Fun Friday. I really hate how I did this, but I'm working. I was on a whim. I was like, you know, let me try it, because I was trying my printer, and I just was like, you know what, let me just keep this for myself, and whatever mistakes I've made, I can just fix it through my computer. So this is a Fun Friday, save the date. So I have money allocated for this, so about 31, I think. So I'm gonna, since I missed the beginning, because like I said, I was going through it, I'm going to put some money in as well, so I can kind of do a bit of a catch up. And I already have $5 in there from the last Friday. And then I have my mini emergency fund right here, which I'm going to be working on. I have $15. I did have another $15, but I had to use it, so I owe myself money. It's been kind of hard, but at the same time, I'm like just trying my best to make sure that I owe back anything that I've taken out of, so that way that I still feel like I feel accountable for what I'm doing. This one is all up to date. It has 25, and then we're going to be adding about $45 because I want to just finish the row, and then we're just going to go into different rows and see how it goes. Basically, you know, I really don't have any system when it comes to these numbers. I just kind of go pick and choose and just kind of go with whatever. And this is one that I've already done, but I owe myself money. I owe myself money in this one, so I'm going to I'll be putting $50 in. So yeah, and then this is my scratch off. So I did $5 last. I did $5 by myself just to see, you know, how I feel about this. So I did $5 off camera, and then I was like, you know what, I should start recording my journey of paying back debt. And then I have $30 that's coming up, so I didn't have enough money, so I'll be putting in $30, if you guys can see right there. And then I'll just do the next scratch off on when I start doing the stuffing. So that will be on Friday, this Friday on the 19th, that I'll be putting money in. And so yeah, I'm really excited about this. I've really been watching a lot of videos again. I've been doing a lot of thinking and stuff like that about like my future when it comes to finances and just being a single mom and starting all this over again. To be honest, I don't think being a single mom is the worst thing to ever happen to me. I think it's probably the best thing to ever happen to me, and I'm saying that literally. Like, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and that's nothing to the other person. It's just for me personally. I just feel like a weight has been lifted off of me. So it's not like a sad thing for me. It's more of a Oh, okay. Now I can breathe. And then there's one last thing that I want to show you guys because I'm working on a sinking fund for my kids. This is going to be $110 that I'll be putting in, and it's going to be these binders. So I have one for the boys. My son chose this. He goes, I like this color. I was like, you know what? Take it. And then my daughter chose this one, and this is for the girls and boys. I have two of each. So I have two boys and two girls. So 4 kids. So my daughter, the binder is the same. The only difference is the color. And I kind of should have made it a little bit longer. But once again, these are just ideas that came into my head, and I was like, let me just try to execute the best way I know how, so that way at least I have an idea of how it looks, you know. So before, if anybody's interested, then I will definitely make it the way, like the right way, you know. So I have right here like a little table of contents of how much I will be putting into their binders. Both numbers are the same. The cover is the same as well, except the difference is blue and pink. That's it. So I'll show you guys. So it's so I have basically budgeted, and it's gonna be the same. As you guys can see, I made a mistake. I need to, so when I go back into Canva, I'm gonna fix this part and put a total at the bottom. And then yeah, so kids, I want to just kind of be like, this can be like the binder that if they need anything, like as far as clothes, field trips, you know, haircuts, medical, dental, stuff that come up, birthdays, you know, my kids love Roblox, so usually I just put a little bit of Robux in there. Savings, and these are just going to be their savings for just anything. And this is how it looks like. I have these binders on sale in my Etsy store. They're basically not binders, sorry, these envelopes. So basically what they, like, you have right here an insert for any type of inserts. And don't mind if these look a little off. It's because I just kind of wanted to see how they look like. It's still a work in progress. I could do better, but today was just kind of like, let me just see how it looks, whatever. So these are inserts, and then in the back right here, it's basically an envelope. So this is where the money goes, and it can be for trackers as well. If you have trackers, you can just put that in there. One thing I did remember is now I have to put money, how much money each of these are, instead of having to flip back and forth through the binder table of contents. So that's another thing. So this is why I like to do the project right away, so that way I can see like what things I can add to it. So definitely going to be adding the amount of money I should be adding into this when I go back in production in Canva. And so yeah, so this is how it looks like. I just love these characters. They're so cute, and I really want my daughters to look at it and be like, oh, so confident, you know, like, love your hair, love your skin, love your style, do whatever it is that you want. And so my daughters are already in love with this, and my sons are loving it too. They're like, hey, can we get the haircuts of these guys? I'm like, you know what, sure, why not? So I'm excited to start doing this one for them. So every month I will be allocating about I will be doing $110 until whenever, I don't know. And this is how the boys looks. And yeah, so 110. So this is how the boys comes out as well. Same, they'll be $55. Maybe later, if I start making more money, then I might up the amount and make it more money. So instead of $10, I might do $20. Field trips, I can up it to $10, $15, you know what I mean? But usually field trips are about like $10, $20, depending on where they're going. And then the kids' clothes, this is what it looks like. I just, like I said, work in progress, but this is what it looks like for the boys. I chose these little guys. They're so adorable. Look at these. My boys are already loving it. They're like, oh. And then this little guy's probably my favorite one. And then I have right here medical, dental. I put them together because why not? My son actually likes his hair. He's like, I want his hair, like, I want my hair like that. And yeah, so I love this one too. It's so adorable. So yeah, I found these all on Creative Fabrica. I love using it, and it's my favorite place to go for all these little things. So yeah, so this is the boys, and so every month I'll be adding $110 towards these binders, and I'm excited for them. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I'm working with this month as of right now. And then I will see you guys on my next video where we're going to be doing some cash stuffing, and then I'll just take you guys through my wallet and how I mentally do this. So yeah, If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, subscribe. It really does help me out. And I will, if you guys liked any of the products, let me know, because these are just like, what do I call them? I'm in the research and developing aspect of it. So let me know if you guys like them. I do want to build some dashboards for some of these. So some of these are going to be dashboarding. And if you guys hear snoring, it's my daughter. We share a room, me and her. So she's my youngest, you know, she's beside me. But yeah, so this is where we're at. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.